some backdoor conversations where much does not hide. I am not taking over the country. I'm not. Despite who I was born as, despite my birthright, I am not taking over. Ask yourselves one question though. What president in position as a person would have done for you? What person would have understood the societal standard, the guidelines required for manufactured production to not reach a level of concern as it still is distributed, not to cause bodily harm, but to as safely provide nutrition and otherwise products for hygiene and cleanliness, which still occurs to a degree. But if you are to ignore these things, who as a president would have made sure no matter what, you were taken care of as you were the highest class in society? I will not say, and you don't have to think twice, I'm sure. Who in this country would have made every great attempt to integrate back into population a populace of people thought to be simply criminal? Who would have done as such for you? Who would have done for your families that sit behind bars that they needed for a moment to contemplate consequence and understand that ramification comes last and is only a resort to what they do not learn? Who would have integrated into society a group of people, and I will say such in simplicity, to the broad span of out territory to come in and seek in a land of promise, in a land that suggests freedom? Who would have done as much to ensure your safety, protection, and success rather than debilitate, and hinder growth as a person? Because living to a dollar, living to a sign, is not an amount, it is to self. So where you all assume you are a council, you are not. To where you suggest you are a manager or agent, you are not. That much is clear. Actuality presents in reality as claims dispute what is exhibited in the individual as well as individuals. And I apologize, I trip not on my words, but my thoughts are faster than my mouth. And my brain, which is physical, not intangible, finds itself debilitated. Not decomposed, thankfully, but able to face regeneration if I were with my own biological family. And this is where I find great pain and suffering. In what they assume about me, I could not speak through the years due to the fact that I was conditioned not to speak with abuse. as they had inflicted every form of abuse on me, I did not speak. I did not easily choose not to conform, but to accept, to some extent, not in content, complacent or complacent. Oh geez, I'm gonna have to go back through the dictionary, because people have taken terms and definitions and twisted it to their own ignorance. As there are in centuries irrefutable evidence to widely accepted concept that allow us proper progression in a steady direction that does not cause destruction. And this is where my biological family has left me behind. And where they assume that the original claims to me being special needs, a neurological mishap, and a predator to sexual desire, they find themselves in more than ignorance, but shame and embarrassment. Because as the people around me have encountered and interacted with me, they know this is the latter to their assumption. And to that I owe no apology. But I wonder why, with everything that they are and the intelligence and their capability to invent, create, design, and establish something beyond their comprehension, I live here in one question. As you have done so, you could see that I was living over here as living, not dead. And you should be able to do so right now. And as you choose not to, you assume, just as the rest, that I am a means to an end for money, and that I will speak against. As you have fallen from your own debate, there is no argument. I owe you no respect. You have not done your due diligence to provide me safety and protection, and where your absence does not sit acceptable to what you will do for yourself to remain right in yourself and appear politically correct. Your money and your resources do nothing for me, as I have nothing of that in this country. Had I, though, I would have done for the people as you had done for your own, not for me. You barely gave me life, and rather that thought itself, I did not ask for life, and nor did I ask for a life to be subjected beyond reason to this circumstance and these circumstances, and a factor so large that the rest of the nation and world think they can argue that they face strife and hardship that fits a dollar amount, and it does not. Not for them, in any way, shape, or form, as they have inflicted upon themselves these arguments where I have not. But I will not sue for what I personally have worked for myself, made an effort myself, and it is not anybody through me, as they are ignorant in their claims for their own personal pursuit. And worse than pursuit, their own means. Leave it as it is, their own means. And where my family and biological relation has accused me of providing as much for everyone else, they are subject to truth. And they are subject to a pain and suffering I am unsure they're ready to endure, but they will. Because I am not taking over them, but I need them to feel my pain, my suffering, my strife, my hardship, that they left me to endure on my own, in a country of kidnappers, captors, as I live captive in open captivity. And it is unfortunate that I was born with the same intelligence that they are. That I am their kin and their next generation that they attempted to assassinate. Having not known that I was exactly them and everything they wished and everything they hoped would be. And I turned out to be as much, but they can't see it through all the noise. And that's all I tried to do, was have them know me from afar. And even those that attempted to raise me, but not raise me, but steal from me and not understand that I have discipline and I am obedient, but in every way am I subject to that life and living, as it is not a way of life, but more subjectification.